Big Zane, what's up, man?
What's going on, my friend? Been way too long.
It's been way too long. How you feel?
Feel great, man. You look wonderful, dude. Life is treating you well, I can tell.
Yeah, hey, it really is, man. I'm in the back of a SUV right now, in outside of a nail salon, and making it work, bro. I'm making it work. I can't complain, though.
You know, the people that we fall in love with, who give us the art, who give us the gift, continue to show up. You're one of those people. We don't take it for granted. So what is motivating you now? You've said so much and achieved so much, and success is at your fingertips at all times. So what brought you back to the creative process with a desire to make a body of work and say something substantial?
Man, I think that I was inspired to have fun first and foremost, but I was also inspired by experiences that becoming a dad. Every morning I like to get my meditation on. I like to try and figure out how I can offer something to the world.
Mm,
And this album is just definitely me doing that in my own way. I was inspired enough to also write a book as well. So I'm writing a book that
I
comes out in
know.
January. Yeah, so
Congratulations. Congratulations. I love that. And
yeah.
as someone who's benefited from the writings and the teachings and the audio teachings of people when I've needed it, again, we don't take this kind of work for granted when someone steps in and has something to share.
hmm
Um, you've learned so much from people who have experienced life. What was it like to get into a place where you became a teacher as well to some degree, and you became someone who wanted to share your experiences with us?
Yeah, well, I don't really look at myself as a teacher. I do look at myself more of a just sharing what we go through. I think we all have a lot of information to give. And I've been so fortunate to be around a lot of my heroes in all different fields, spiritually, musically, um, even some of my favorite athletes ever. It's like I learned a lot from so many people and so many great practices to get to where you want to be in your life and how to live a life to where you attracting the life you really desire and the one that you can benefit from the most, because we're only here for such a short amount of
Short
time. You
time.
know what I mean? It's really such a blip, and that's one of the things I feel like the pandemic taught us. I feel like that's one of the things losing a lot of family members, a lot of friends, a lot of heroes have taught us is how temporary it all is and
Yeah.
what is really important. While you're here, maybe the most important thing, of course, a job is important, a career is
No, but
important,
what's
but maybe
really important? What is really important?
what is really important to me is the progression of myself and passing that on to my family and to my audience or to whoever I can, and enjoying your life, man. Because if we're here for such a short amount of time, this may be our only time as souls to progress ourselves and to learn and to go through the ups and downs. That's kind of like why lately when I do going through those, you go through the highs and the lows, and when I'm going through the lows, I kind of been learning to embrace them more, because
Mm.
that's where the growth happens, and that's where once it's all said and done, we may not be able to go through that again because we may not need it. We may just be beings of light and unplugged to the next part of ourselves. And so, I've really been looking at life a lot differently, but I also still been having fun with
You're
it.
also still
And
coming out with the Usher banger here in this. It's like sampling Usher
yeah,
and making us move the way you can make us move. And there's something about the way
yeah,
you do that, man. Like you put things on the dance floor that make people move, but you also make us think and you make us connect and make us laugh. And that wordplay is evident. And it's not always an easy. In fact, it's a very tough combination to do. A lot of times when people are
hmm
dancing, they're not thinking about what somebody's saying. They're thinking about how they're moving, and
yeah.
you can't do one or the other, right? You've got to make the most of your mic time.
That's right, you do, and you gotta. To me, I always try to just be myself, bro. So that's where it all comes from. It stems from. It's like, when you do songs like that one, that Who You Are, the Superstar one, which when I played for Usher, he was loving. But to me, that's kind of like a letter and a respect to women, all over for real. Because it's like, to me, the closest thing to God is a woman, and they the real superstars of it all, really. So it's like,
Facts.
this is a song paying respect to them and just bigging them up. So even in the video, you see it kind of plays into that concept more.
Again, the duality of personality, right? Here we are, and you're making very valid points about you know um, the special women in our lives and the ones that teach us the really valuable lessons and guide us and keep us centered and valued and just bring so much to the world. But then you also on Toby ripping the out of that. And so it's like this is the duality of like
Doesn't mean I can't do that too. You know what I mean?
we know that. We know that. But it must be nice to be able to know that you've still got that side of you, even through all the growth.
Yeah, more than ever too.
Yeah,
More
because
than
sometimes
ever.
when we grow, right, we have to let parts of ourselves go in order to grow. And sometimes that kind of that anger, that energy that's valid that comes with youth and the desire to prove yourself can
Hmm.
sometimes fall back as you search for a higher level, for a new light. And somehow you seem to be in a new light, but you also can trigger that part of you that's like, oh, I'll you up on the mic.
Yeah, of course. And it's not that I'm trying to prove myself. I'm really trying to improve myself. So it's kind of a little bit of a
Mm.
different, same word in there, but it's kind of like you don't really, you know, I think Janae said one time, you're not trying to compete, you're trying to complete. And it's like that's really what I'm on. I'm not really, there's nothing wrong with competing, but where I'm at, I'm just like trying to do me and express myself and express a different sides of me, and I'm not like a monk or nothing like that. I'm just somebody who I'm just living a life of sustaining and doing what I got to do to get by and doing what I got to do to thrive and to be a great dad and to be a great son and to be a great partner and to be a great
Mm.
team member. You know what I mean? So to me, this album is just a reflection of that, and it's still the one of the most important parts of life is having fun, though, bro. So
For
that's why it's like
sure.
I love to still have fun. I love to still talk my shit. I love to still like get on songs and be able to show and improve and let people know how I've grown as an artist as well.
You're
You
one of the
know,
greats. You know how I feel. And I'm not
man.
alone. Everyone knows this. And it also sounds like you've been having a lot of fun, man. 21 songs on this album. That's a lot of fun.
No, it is, and there are way more I have.
Was it hard to finish?
Well, I don't even know if it is finished, man. To be real with you, because it was hard to like just stop and be like, man, let's just start giving it to the world. Because yeah, I had ideas that I was still working on, ideas that me and Alchemist are still cooking. Songs that I had that me and Nikki were working on a song that I still want to finish.
Wow.
Me and there was a 2088 song that I thought fit well on my album that just didn't get all the way finished in time. So hopefully I can get these things done, and if not,
So how do we get an album out of this then? Who or what prompted you to finally finish this record and be able to at least close the loop on this collection of songs?
well, the thing was I had been putting out music, and I was just like, man, I don't want these songs that I put out to get stale. I don't want to keep pushing it back. I just kind of like want to move forward. It's been years and years since I put some music out, and I also didn't want to rely on other people as well. You know what I mean? I didn't want to like wait in that sense. So it's like I'm at a point in my life where I just let things happen when they're supposed to happen, and I embrace that, and I embrace God's timing. So
Mm.
I just felt like it was time, and when I did an IG live, and I was super emotional about it because I had just decided then a few days ago that I was gonna put my album out this week, and it was a real human moment for me because I was very tired. I just had COVID, and I was just going through a lot, man. And I was just thinking about all of the advice that when I was on the phone with my mom the night before she gave me, and she was just like, "Baby, just go, like,
Just go.
give people the music, give them the music, and then keep giving them the music." And I'm like, "You're right."
Hey, this
Yeah.
album is man, this is a real gift. I mean, you took your time, we appreciate it. I know Detroit 2 was important to you. In many respects, it was a closing of the loop, and it allowed you, I guess, to move forward in your life because that's a big love letter to Detroit, and it was successful. It proved its
Yeah,
point for
thank
you,
you.
right?
Yeah, it did. It did. It was heartfelt, and it was meant a lot to me, and still means a lot to me. For sure.
So where are you going to go from here, man? You got more music. I'm sure you'll finish these songs, but I mean, are there shows? Is there touring to be done?
It's touring to be done, man. I need to get back on the road. I need to see the people that been, rocking with me since 2008, 2010, 2011, since Finally Famous, since Dark Sky Paradise, and all the great ones that I've been able to get out, and bring this show, and this new music as well, and this new album just to an experience. So that is definitely coming up next. And of course, new music and just whatever life has to offer, bro. You know, and of course, I got a book on the way as well.
Yeah, man.
Let's link up soon. I can't wait to get with you, man. Appreciate love to all the family as well. And yeah, it means everything, man. Thank you.